Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I'm going to give you a quick tour around the town of Port Lavaca, Texas, which is a place I've been to many times, mainly because it's on the way to Magnolia Beach, my favorite place to beach camp. The town is about 12,000 people. It's a seat of the county of a little over 20,000. And if you're camping out at the beach, you're going to want to come into town for various things, shopping, etc. Coming in for restaurants, various supplies, etc. And it is about 10 miles north of Magnolia Beach. And if you watched my last video, it was a tour of the beach area. So now I'm going to give you a little tour around Port Lavaca. Come along and I'll show you what's here. On the east end of town is where they have their Lighthouse, and this tells about it and how it was transplanted here. And it is on the property of their community center, Chamber of Commerce, and Visitor Center, where you can stop and get some more info. There's a star on top. I don't know if they give tours or not. There's nobody here. And right across the street is their public swimming pool. It looks like they are just now filling it up, getting ready to open for the summer season. It's a nice big pool, but I don't see any signs telling more about it when it's open, etc. And it's right at the entrance to the Lighthouse Beach and their city-owned and operated RV park. I'll show you next. I was here about 6 months ago, and those paper signs were there, which says they're not currently accepting any new RV reservations. Here are their fees to get into the park. And next to this sign is one that says to make a reservation, go to portlavaca.org, which I already have tried. There are a dozen or so RVs here, and I stopped someone and asked them about it, and they said they made a reservation just a couple days ago and got in. Confusing. This is the RV Parks Recreation Center. So let's take a look around. The bad news is the daily fee to park here, and its full hookups, is $52. And if you want to park at one of these spaces, which is close to the beach, right there, it's $57 a night. And the beach, the first about 10 feet or so, looks like some pretty soft sand. But further up here, it's kind of a gritty sand. They've got this children's playground, sand volleyball court, and a really long fishing pier that goes way out there. Looks like they're feeding the birds. I think this would be a pretty nice beach to come to in the summer. And if you're more into motels than RVs, right across the road there is a Holiday Inn Express and a Motel 6. It's a pretty short walk to the beach and the park here, but you would have to cross the highway. Here's one of two restroom buildings, and here is another pier, a really long boardwalk that goes right along the highway across the bay there. There's another pier right here. It's a pretty nice park. I really like it. A little expensive to RV camp, especially for a city-owned RV park, I would think it would be like about half that price. And even though the sites are full hookup, they do have a dump station here and a water faucet. I don't know how fresh the water is. And this sign, ONABTE, if you can figure that out. The water is working. I would ask somebody whether it's fresh water or not. That sign must say, but the sign blew away. And I see now that the dump station is padlocked, so you definitely have to get permission to use it. A little closer in the town is this restaurant on the bay. If you want some nice ambiance. And you can eat on the outside deck there. And on another part of the bay is the Bayfront Peninsula Park. There's a marina here, which is a private marina, not part of the park. The park closes at 11 p.m. unless you're fishing on the pier. So as long as you're fishing on the pier, I guess you can stay all night. But if you leave the pier, then you're automatically in big trouble just going to your car. They have a nice playground here, nice lawn, and over here is an interesting piece of art. That's what they're calling it. You can see the cannon there. Here's some more information about it. And this one. Over here they have steps going down to the water. So I guess you can go in swimming if you want to. And here is a boat launch. And a really big pavilion. Not many tables under there, but you can use it if you need it. Now I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite places to eat in Port Lavaca. First is this Beijing buffet. It's a typical Chinese buffet and it's pretty good. And it's in this shopping center with those 4 main stores and a bunch of smaller ones. My next favorite restaurant is White's Barbecue, and what I like about this place is that they have a really good condiment bar and self-service drinks. And then my third favorite is the Casa Jalisco, and that's where I am eating today. It's a pretty nice restaurant inside. And how does this look, folks? That looks good to me. Here's the Walmart, and the parking restriction sign has a lot of things to it, but nothing for prohibiting overnight parking. So that's good. And I've stayed here a couple nights before. By the way, they have an outdoor gun range here, which is something very rare to find, I think. Targets down there. How about that? There's the name of it. There are several RV parks in Port Lavaca. This one is called the Bay View, but that's not a bay. That's just a little pond with RVs all the way around it, which is a little tricky because the bay that you view is way over there. I think they might need to change their name. There's not much of a view there, and it's way across this lawn. But personally, I just come here for boondocking at Magnolia Beach. Good day, folks.